Tony? Tony? Tony, where are you?
I don't know, but I believe I'll be home by Christmas Eve. Honey, your baby mine. Well, Mr. Lewis, 1 down, 4 to go. HB, your time has come. Blowing up that car was just what I hoped it would be. It killed your son, and it flushed you out of hiding. You'll be here, sooner or later. And I'll be waiting. And I'll be ready. I don't know, but I believe I'll be home by Christmas Eve. Honey, oh baby mine.
You know, but Quint, I don't know, I'm just really worried.
About Vanessa?
No, did you talk to Henry this morning?
Well, I stopped by and Jane was serving him breakfast. I thought I'd wait till later.
No, but Quint, look, you know, we can't wait very much longer. Henry has to tell us what he knows about that picture.
I'm sure he will.
But we all could be in a whole lot of danger now, you know that.
Listen, Henry said last night that he was going to tell us all as soon as he talked to H.B. Lewis.
But now why does Henry want to wait for H.B.? We don't even know if he's going to show up.
Father is convinced that he will.
How can he be so sure?
H.B. has a great deal at stake, too, Nola. Remember, he lost his son.
Well, I don't even think he cares because he just disappeared. I mean, he's just left town. Nobody knows where he is. I better get that. I mean, how can he care, Quentin, if he just disappears like the way he does? I don't know. I just don't understand it at all. Somebody can just disappear like... Oh, my God, it's you!
Don't start any nonsense, young lady. I have to see Henry Chamberlain, and I have to see him now.
Guiding light. This portion is...
Where have you been hiding?
That don't matter.
Oh, yes, it does. You disappear and everything falls to pieces around here.
This ain't the time to be debating my behavior.
Now, listen, I want some explanations around here.
Where's your daddy?
I want to know why you hit Quentin over the head, and don't tell me it wasn't you, because I know it was you.
That's not important now.
I'd like the answer to that question myself.
Oh, come on, son. What's the big deal? It was only a tap. I can see that there was
A tap? You could have hurt him. You could have killed him.
Why did you do it? Why did you feel it necessary to skulk around like a thief in the night?
I needed to speak to Henry in private. I still do. Damn it, the sooner the better.
All you had to do is simply ask. It could have been arranged back then.
There's nothing simple about anything that's going on since I've arrived in this town.
Oh, yeah, and most of that's your doing, too.
Now, look here, girl.
Now, like, why did you go into Henry's hospital room and threaten him with that secret?
I never threatened Henry.
Oh, yes, you did. I stood right outside the door, and I heard you.
Oh, talk about
And what
sneaking
about you
around.
unplugging the respirator?
Oh, for the love of heaven, will you make sense, girl? Why would I want to kill my best friend?
I'm not accusing you of
Oh,
anything.
but it sure looks like you're guilty the way you just disappeared.
There was a good reason for that.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
The same person who tried to kill Henry was trying to kill me.
Oh, because of the picture?
Yes. Now, will you get
Oh, so you knew that the murderer was running around town. You didn't go to the police?
I thought Henry and I were the only targets. I thought we could put our heads together and figure out who was after us and find some way to stop him.
Oh, so when you couldn't get in touch with Henry, you just took off?
To bide my time, to wait for that cowardly snake to make a mistake.
Oh, so instead it was your mistake.
You think I don't see that? You think I don't know full well my boy is dead because I made the wrong choice? Now let me see your father.
Now, I'm here, H.B.
Oh, Henry.
All right, it's all right, children. I'll handle this.
You sure you're up to it, Father?
I may be a semi-invalid, but I can still do a little something to protect the people I love.
Mr. Lewis, I'm very sorry. I didn't realize.
I understand. You're just trying to protect your own. I admire that kind of tenacity. My son Billy had a lot of that, too.
H.B.
Now, there's no need to say anything, Henry. There'll be a time to mourn. Right now, we've got to think of the living.
You're right. Now, you two have done everything you could to protect me, but the situation's out of your hands now.
It's up to Henry and me now.
Yes. And the key is that girl in the picture.
Tony!
What's the matter? It's me.
Why didn't you answer when I called?
She didn't hear me. I had my hands full, my mouth full. He wasn't working in the door too well. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's not you. I just overreacted.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I woke up and I didn't know where I was.
Sorry, I guess I should have woke you up and took you with me, but you were so cute sleeping there, I didn't have the heart.
I just thought that I had another blackout.
You know, I'm thinking we don't have to worry about those anymore.
Why?
Because last night when you stopped me from rocking you, I think that was a sign. I think it was a sign that you're gonna stop running away inside and you're gonna start fighting back.
Just because I said I don't want to forget anymore?
No, because you meant what you said. That's what they call a turning point, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah, well, everything's gonna work itself out now, right?
Everything.
What's the matter?
You know, whatever it is I'm hiding, if it is this hard to face, it must be something really awful. I'm just scared.
Hey, of course you're scared. Anybody'd be scared, but you know what? After what I saw last night, I think you're gonna be strong enough to handle whatever it is that comes out.
I wish I could be sure of that.
Be sure of that. And you got me here with you. You stumble, I'll catch you.
What would I have done if you hadn't karate chopped your way into my life?
Was it only my fists of steel you were attracted to?
No. I think you are one of the most gentle men I have ever met. And you believe in me. And you respect me.
You made it easy.
And you make me respect myself.
I don't see why that should have been any problem.
Well, it was, though. You know, for the first time in my life, I feel like I can make decisions on my own and fight my own battles.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much credit I can take for all this fighting stuff. Seemed to me you knew how to do that pretty well before I met you.
Did I?
You don't remember the afternoon I invited you over to my house for a barbecue and you thanked me by sprawling me flat out in my own front yard?
Yeah, well...
I thought you'd remember that.
Really, though, you know, you are the first person that's been close to me who's helped me stand on my own.
What do you mean the first?
Well, I mean that everybody who's ever loved me before in my life, it seems like they've overprotected me and that their way to help me was to just shut me away somewhere nice and safe and dark.
You know, it's weird. You say that all the time, that the dark is safe.
That's not weird. I've always felt that way since I was a kid.
That's weird. Kids are afraid of the dark. I was a tough kid. When I woke up in the middle of the night, I used to make my brother get up and turn on the light so I could go to the bathroom.
Boy, not me. I liked the shades pulled and heavy curtains. I didn't even like moonlight coming in.
Really, you didn't feel safer in the daytime out in the sunlight?
No, yuck, I still don't. I'm just not your outdoors type, I guess. Give me a nice, quiet, dimly lit library any day.
Nice and safe and locked away, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's your first memory?
About what?
You know, first thing you ever remember, like I got one that was, it was me looking at myself.
When was that?
Oh, I don't know. That's my mom. She figures it must have been when I was about 2 years old. We had this red lacquer toy box that my dad made. I guess I thought I was a pretty handsome kid. I used to stare at myself all the time in it. But that's the first thing. So, what was yours?
I guess it was my dad rocking me in a dark room.
Kind of says it, doesn't it?
I guess it does. I never thought about it before.
What's it make you feel like, remembering that?
Well, there's two things going on. I feel scared at first. And then as he keeps rocking me, I feel safer and safer.
What are you scared of?
I don't know. It seems like my mother isn't there. And I'm asking where she is, and Daddy says, don't worry. Mommy's coming. Mommy will be here.
Hi, Mrs. Raines. May I please see Beth?
I'm sorry, Philip. She doesn't want to see you.
Mrs. Raines. Now, I know something's wrong. Why don't you tell me what it is?
Philip, please don't make any more trouble for us.
Mrs. Raines, I don't want to make trouble. Really. Believe me, I don't want to make trouble. I just want to see Beth.
It's not possible.
Yes, it is possible. It is. It has to be possible because I'm going to see her.
Look, this doesn't make any sense.
None of this makes any sense, Mrs. Raines. None of it. So can I please see her?
Why won't you take no for an answer?
Please let me in. Please. Thank you.
Look, Philip, you can't stay. Bradley's not here right now, but he's going to be home any minute.
Now, is he the reason? Is he behind all of this?
I don't know what you mean.
Is he the reason that you won't let me see Beth?
No, that's not right. It was her decision.
Then what's wrong with her?
Nothing.
Well, then why didn't she come to homecoming?
I don't know. Maybe she had to study. Maybe she was under a lot of pressure or something.
Mrs. Raines, Beth promised me she was going to meet me at the game.
She changed her mind, I guess.
Shh. Why?
I told you, Philip, I don't know.
You're not listening to me. I said Beth promised me she was going to meet me at the game. Now, she wouldn't just change her mind. That's not Beth. Not unless something happened. Now, what was it?
Philip, I'm going to tell you something for your own good. You better get out of here right
Listen, I'm not leaving, and I don't care about Bradley. I'm not frightened of him, so talk to me.
He told me he'd call the police if you came
I don't give a damn who he calls. Now, I'm staying here until I see her. I love her, and she loves me.
She is a child. She doesn't know anything about love.
She's 17 years old. She's old enough to make decisions for herself.
Not decisions that are that important.
Yes, Mrs. Raines. Decisions that are that important about love, about who she sees, where she lives.
Where she lives? Did that come from you?
What?
Did you plant that idea in her head about moving out of her home into some dormitory?
I suggested it to her. Yes, I did suggest it to her. Obviously, I didn't force her. She's still here.
Bradley was right. You're just thinking about yourself.
No, I don't want to be angry with you. I'm not out for myself. I am out for what's best for Beth, and I think that you should be, too.
And that means tearing her away from those people who love her?
Mrs. Raines, I love her. That's all I know.
Yeah, you love her. That's why you're acting like this. That's why you destroy her family, our family.
If you knew.
If I knew what? What?
I know I'm just going to go see her.
No,
okay?
you're not.
Yes, I am.
Look,
I'm not leaving here until I know that she's okay.
Beth has locked herself in her room, and she refuses to come out.
She will for me.
No, Philip, please. If you want her, if you love her...
I've got to see her. Don't you understand that?
Well, stop putting so much pressure on her. She can't take that kind of tension. Don't you understand?
Okay. All right. You go tell her that I'm here and that I want to see her. Please.
It won't do any good.
Tell her! Please tell her that I'm here and that I want to see her. Please. Please.
Okay, I'll try.
Thank you.
Then you promise me you'll
Yes,
do it.
I'll go.
We're fools, Henry. A couple of helpless old fools.
Now, H.B., you mustn't blame yourself.
There's no one else to blame. I killed my son.
No, no.
Yes, yes. And it didn't have to happen, Henry. It was only because of pride, stupid, blind, stubborn pride. Oh, the sins of the fathers have been visited.
But we only did what we thought was best.
No, you did. You were right all along. You never wanted to keep silent. I should have listened.
Well, that's true, but then I went along with you. And I wanted to avoid a scandal, too.
But you changed your mind when Tom Reardon disappeared.
Oh, yes. Then I wanted everything brought out in the open.
And then we kept you to your vow.
So I kept silent.
It seemed to make so much sense back then. So many people would have been hurt.
Innocent people.
And to what end? It wouldn't have done her any good. No. It couldn't undo what had happened.
And we never meant any harm.
Henry. Oh, Henry, we should have spoken out.
But who could have known?
Who could have known? I'd almost forgotten all about it till you called and told me about that damn picture.
Well, I had forgotten about it until I saw that photograph in Bee's kitchen, and then it all came crashing in on me. But I never dreamt, after all these years, that someone would still be bent on vengeance.
Henry, there still is someone bent on vengeance somewhere out there.
But we don't know who.
Not for certain. You know, Tom Reardon never really bought the idea of keeping silent, did he?
Oh, no. He was very open and vocal about that, but then Tom disappeared.
You're close to his family. Have they ever had any word from him, any message?
Not that I know of, but that doesn't mean he isn't still around somewhere.
Yeah. Damn it, we're just speculating, just like we've been doing all along. That's why I didn't see any point in blurting out the whole story even after Bill Bauer died. Not until we had something solid to go on.
Did you think you could find out who the murder was all by yourself?
Oh. Yeah. I was all kinds of fool to think so.
But, H.B., even if we had told the story, that doesn't mean that the man would have come out in the open.
No. But at least Billy would have been warned that something was up and he could have protected himself.
Perhaps. But the way this maniac works, there's no guaranteeing that. H.B., we've got to tell the others.
You bet your life, the sooner the better.
We have to get hold of everybody who is remotely connected with that picture and tell them everything.
Everything we know.
Oh, let's get them here tonight. 6 o'clock?
Well, can you get them all here on that short notice?
Well, Quentin and Noel will help, yeah.
All right. Josh and Trish are over at Billy's apartment seeing after Mindy. I'll go tell them now.
Oh, don't you think that we ought to ask Ross Marlowe to come?
Yeah.
How could you? How could you? You let your son die to keep a secret? Killed Billy. You killed him! It's your fault he's dead! You killed him just as surely as if you put the bomb in the car yourself, you dirty old man! My Billy is dead! Because of you! You could have warned him, couldn't you? You knew! Why didn't you give him a little bit of warning so he could live? Why didn't you? Why didn't you?
She doesn't mean it! She doesn't mean it!
She does. And she's right. I really never knew how much you love my boy, Billy.
Oh, my God, did I? Oh. He was so stubborn. So
Came right natural, right from his old man.
He made me so angry. I just wanted to throw things. He could make me laugh, too.
He had a way about him.
I don't care what anybody says. I would have been good for Billy. I would have been really good for Billy.
I know. I certainly know for sure now. I misjudged you, Miss Vanessa.
What are you talking about?
You are a flower, and definitely not of the hothouse variety. I would have been right proud to have you for a daughter. Well, I'll be on my way, Henry, and be back with my family at 6.
It isn't fair.
I know it isn't, dear. I know it.
Billy was so full of life, Daddy. How could he die?
Oh, my poor child. Poor child.
Downstairs. He wants to see you.
I can't see him.
I already told him that, Beth, but he says he has to hear it from you. He won't believe me.
He has to.
Please, darling, let me in just for a minute.
Why?
I want to see you. I want to be sure you're all right.
I'm fine.
Then open the door, Beth, just to ease my mind, okay? Philip's downstairs, and he's very anxious to talk to you.
He's wasting his time. Didn't you tell him that?
Yes, I did tell him that. But he won't believe me. He keeps insisting that he has to see you.
I don't want to.
Beth, why don't you go downstairs just for a minute or two? Tell him what you told me, and then he'll leave. Please, Beth. It's not just Philip I'm thinking of. I'm afraid, honey.
What?
If Bradley comes back and finds Philip here, I just don't want any more trouble.
Give this to Philip.
Well, that's a necklace he gave you for graduation.
Yes.
But you love it. You wear it every day.
It's broken now.
Well, we can fix it, Beth.
No. It can't ever be fixed. Give it to Philip. Tell him I'm sorry. But things never could work out.
You sure you want me to do this?
Give it to him, Mama.
Oh, honey, I want you to know I understand.
You can't.
Oh, but I do. Breaking up with a boyfriend, it seems like the whole world is coming to an end, and then in a few months it's...
Please just go.
You sure you want me to give this back to him?
I'm sure.
Okay. Honey, I have an idea. Why don't you get all dressed and we'll go on a shopping spree?
We can't afford shopping sprees in this house.
Oh, we can, just a little tiny one. As therapy. And as long as Bradley doesn't know. Honey, things will be back to normal very soon. I promise you, Beth. I promise.
Now, I don't want no arguments. I've been driving around all night, and I have made up my mind. The bet is off. Vanessa, darling, hey, Vanessa, hey,
Billy.
Hey, I didn't think you cared that much about that old bed.
Billy.
Hey, it's me, darling.
You're not dead.
Hey, what are you talking about? Of course I'm not dead. I've only been gone 12 hours.
It's really you?
Well, it was the last time I looked in the mirror.
Oh, you're the most double-dealing, pig-headed, chauvinistic... I love you.
You do?
Yes, I do. And now I've got you back from the dirt. I'm never going to let you go.
Well, darling, that suits me just fine.
Oh.
Hey, just one thing, darling.
Anything.
What's this about me being dead?
You're not a ghost, are you?
Oh, no. Hey, I'm as live as a Grand Coulee Dam. Come here. I'll prove it to you.
Vanessa, what are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing?
Hey, it's Billy! I've heard of that just making the heart go fun, but this is ridiculous.
God, you're not dead. It's Billy Lewis.
What are you talking about me being dead for?
Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, you really don't know.
No, he doesn't know, and he would like to know right now.
Billy? Oh, thank God you weren't in that car after all.
What car?
Your car.
Billy. My car? Oh, well, now, hold on just one second. Just tell me in clear, plain English, what the hell are you talking about?
Somebody put a bomb in your car.
A bomb?
Yes, and it exploded right after I saw you, right after you left the LTA offices.
You all have me on, huh?
Billy, no, it's the truth.
Was anybody hurt?
The driver was killed, burned beyond recognition.
Naturally, they all assumed it was you.
Oh, no.
Who was in the car then?
A thief?
No, it was my secretary, Betty Smiley.
Tell me something, will you? How come your dad never took you to see a psychiatrist when you were a kid?
I told you he didn't believe in it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got a kid that's having blackouts and you take him to a regular doctor, you can't find anything physically wrong, seems like a psychiatrist is the next logical thing to do.
Not if you think psychiatry is pointless.
Yeah, well, how could he be so sure?
Look, Tony, there are a lot of people who are prejudiced against psychiatry. I mean, I was. I thought those people were like witch doctors. Till I met Dr. Harding.
So maybe you were programmed to think that way.
Programmed? What do you mean by that?
I just think it's strange.
What?
It seems to me that your father went out of his way to keep you in the dark and to make sure that he controlled it.
No, just stop it. Stop. I know what you're going to say, and you are way off base.
Can we just consider
No, listen to me. There was nobody more kind or considerate than my father. He was always there for me.
Yeah, maybe so nobody else could ever be around
I never needed anybody else.
You never needed anyone else in your whole life?
Just stop it. Drop it. I know why you're doing this.
Really? Why am I doing
Because they've been finding out all these things about your father.
That's not why I'm doing this.
Yes, it is.
It is
Tony,
not.
Come on, you've never mentioned my father in connection with this at all. Until Ross Marler started asking questions about your father. And I'm not going to let you use my dad as a scapegoat.
I'm not using you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm jumping to conclusions. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
I guess we both touched a nerve.
Yeah. Okay, we don't have to talk about that. There's something else we do need to talk about, though.
What?
Your other dream. The one where you're in the water.
Thank you. Is she coming?
I'm sorry, Philip. She said she didn't want to see you or talk to you.
She's gonna have to tell me that to my face.
Philip, just wait 1 minute and look what she asked me to give you. She told me to tell you she was very sorry, but it would never work out.
It's not true.
I'm afraid it is.
No, it's not true. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't give that back.
I'm sorry.
No. No, it's not true. She told me last week how much that means to her. She said she'd never take it off.
Oh, Philip, I'm afraid she has.
No, you're lying!
Philip, I know it's hard to handle these things. I really understand.
Beth! Beth, please! Beth, come out!
Can't you
Beth!
accept her wishes?
No, it's not what you want!
Get hold of yourself,
No,
Philip!
it's not! Beth, please tell me what they're doing! Tell me that I help you!
I want you to take this necklace, and she wants you. I want you to get out of this house, Philip. Out of here.
This is wrong. This is all. Let me tell you something. I know something's wrong. And I'm gonna find out what it is.
They told me how she had this meeting at the country club. She wanted to make a really good impression on the guy, I guess, and she asked if we couldn't switch cars. I said, sure.
Poor girl.
You know, I still can't believe this happened.
But what have you been doing since then? That was 12 hours ago.
I've been thinking about you.
All the time?
Well, I started off that business meeting, and then, I just couldn't get you out of my fool head. Now, finally, I said, to hell with business.
Why didn't you come see me right away?
Because I had to work things out. I drove down that inn at Barnesville I told you about.
By yourself?
Yeah, only when I got there, the place was closed for renovation, so I just spent the rest of the night driving around cogitating.
Didn't you hear any of the news reports on the radio?
Well, I tell you, Henry, you know, if I did, it just went one ear and out the other without even saying howdy. I couldn't get your daughter off my mind until I came here.
Billy.
Hey, but wait 1 second now.
What?
Well, I mean, why would somebody want to blow me up? I mean, LTA is doing good, but we're no threat to it. You don't think it was Alan Sparrow?
Oh, no, Billy. It has nothing to do with Alan or the LTA.
Well, how can you be so sure about that, Henry? Okay, what is going on?
All right, Billy. Now, you remember that photograph that you saw at Tony's place with a picture of your father and me and some people on a fishing trip?
The one with a girl in it?
Yes, that's
the one you said don't say anything about, and I didn't.
Well, I was wrong. I should have told you all about it at the time.
I'm not following you, Henry.
Well, something happened on that fishing trip that still is a threat to all of us.
Yeah, wasn't that picture taken over 20 years ago?
Yes, it was.
All right, well, go on with the story.
Well, Billy, it's a very long, complicated story.
Well, I have the time.
You come here tonight at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a meeting, and we'll tell you all about it.
We?
Your father and I are going to make a clean breast of that whole...
So HB has finally made an appearance, huh?
Oh, yes. He came out of hiding the minute he heard about the bombing.
Hiding? What was he in? Hiding because of this picture business?
That's right.
You mean that old man knew that we were in danger and he just laid low?
Oh, now, please, Billy, you'll understand it all when you hear the story.
Yeah, well, I certainly hope so.
Don't you think you ought to be going home and seeing your family?
Oh, my God. They all think I'm... Oh, Mandy must just be beside herself.
Would you like to telephone first?
No, actually, I think these resurrection things should be handled in person.
Well, they're all there at your place.
Yeah, Trish and Josh have been taking care of Mindy.
And your father went over to tell him about the meeting tonight.
Well, I better scoot on over there. Let me talk to you for a second. I'll see you all about 6. Adios.
I'm going with you.
Hey, that'd be real nice, but you don't have to.
Oh, no, I'm not taking any chances.
Chances?
I finally got you back. I'm not ever letting you go.
It's just a matter of time, Mr. Lewis. Just a matter of time.
How long you been having this dream?
Ever since I was little. But it's never made any sense.
Why not?
Because I'm terrified of the water. And in the dream, there I am. I'm paddling away.
Having a good time?
Yeah. I'm swimming along. And I'm happy. And then...
Then what?
I don't know, there's danger. Some terrible danger. And I try to get away from it, and I can't.
What danger?
I don't know.
How old are you in the dream?
Same age I am now.
Were you always that age, even when you were a little kid?
Yeah. It's strange, isn't it? I mean, how would I know what I would look like now when I was a little kid?
I can think of one explanation.
What?
The woman you see in the water isn't you. It's the lady in the picture.
And HB and I will need your help in getting people together for this meeting tonight.
Well, of course. So you want me to get in touch with everybody in Springfield who has some connection with the picture?
Right.
Absolutely. It's a matter of life and death.
You're quite right, Quentin.
Okay, who should I call?
Well, start with your mother and Maureen.
Yes, and then I'll call Mike Bauer and we'll split the Spauldings.
Okay, we better get started.
All right.
Yes, good. Thank you. I hope this works, HB. I hope we haven't waited too long.
This is for Annie.
My God. Eli Sims. He's the one. He tried to kill us all.
Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salons South Southwest. Furs by the Christie Brothers.